Okay, how's it going there, folks? And howdy, Sam. So, yeah, it's Coach Steven here. I've got two martial arts tools, and I'm going to be answering your question about the backhand pull-through in disc golf. So I'm going to give you a couple tips after thinking about it from a biomechanical point of view, from a sports coaching point of view, and from a martial arts point of view. I need to tweak this a little bit specifically for the sport of disc golf, but I think you'll find these tips useful. So we're going to break this down into how you can use these tools to help you out. We'll have a look at the basic form and summation of energy and how that's where you get the power from. We're going to be looking specifically at power, not so much the technical aspects of, gliding it and angling it and that kind of thing. We're going to be looking at kind of like a clinical view of standard home base posture, pull through and acceleration. But we'll get to that later. So here we've got a staff. If you don't own a staff, get yourself a staff. This is a piece of PVC, super cheap. What I will tell you about this piece of PVC is it's not standard electrical PVC, because that, if you hold the piece this long, so you want a piece that is as long as you are tall or slightly shorter, not longer. If it's longer, you're going to tend to hit the floor with it a lot. So that's length. Grip, you want to be able to have a comfy grip, much like a barbell. If it is too wide, it's not going to be comfortable. If it's too narrow, it's not going to be comfortable. So you want it to be comfortable for your grip. I believe this is about 3.5 centimeter diameter. So length, about as long as you are tall. Diameter, comfortable grip for your hand. Durability, able to maintain its shape under its own weight. Here you can see you can input a force, a wave force, and it pulses, but it has some rigidity to it. That is important. Okay, so with this kind of staff, you can practice wave generation through the hips. This is very important in martial arts and all sports, well, almost all sports. This rotary mechanic of the hips allows you to generate a lot of force, and the staff is a very useful tool for developing the coordination to actually coordinate this energy propagation. So you want to practice moving the hips, much like dancing, and then generate that movement from the floor all the way up through the hips, through the core stabilizers and obliques that are empowering the movement for side-to-side contractions, moving that up into the spine, and then putting that out through your arms. So when you do that with a staff, you lock your arms out, and you can see there's a little bit of a pulse there, and you gradually build it up, and ideally you want to get to the point. Okay, you see how much energy you can input into the staff as wave energy through coordination of your body, timing the synapses of your muscles firing, that the force is summated and channeled effectively, like waves. Waves in water, wave mechanics, waves in a whip, same concept. Just a bit of a different medium. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so that will help train your core strength and coordination. You can play with it up and down as well, just for interest sake. Just to demonstrate. Okay. Need to catch my breath. Okay. You can also play using the staff just with basic warm-up movements. It's very good for warming up, opening up the joints, making sure your alignment and your posture is good. Just going to run through this very quickly just to give you an idea of movements you can do. This is not a tutorial on the staff. I just want you to understand its value for developing coordination, posture, and moving on an axis smoothly. It gives you a tool which helps you find the axis that you want to move on, the plane of motion that you want to move on, and you can develop different ways of holding it. So if you hold it less than your arm length, that allows you to pull it through more. Okay, so here we're getting a weight transference. This is going into more explosive movement with the pullback. So you got a weight shift, which is where a lot of the energy is going to come from. You've got the reach, which again creates more distance or range of motion that your joints can move through, which allows you more distance, more time, more space to apply force and accelerate. So you're shifting your weight. hand coming through. I don't want to hit that over there, but just to demonstrate, this can help train your muscles to explode through the movement. Weight shift, pull, reach, weight shift. So there's a drop, weight shift, drop, weight shift, rotation, pull. Then you're trying to summate those, add them all together. Let me try the form. Okay, basic form. So holding. I've never thrown a golf disc in my life, but there's a lot of similarities, I'm sure you would agree, to swinging a staff and swinging that. It's going to help you understand how to transfer your weight, how to pull through on a line. Fuck, I let my shoulder hitch there, it was bad. Okay, always focus on what you're doing. Here I was focused on the camera. I clipped my elbow, interfering with the plane of motion. I also didn't stabilize the shoulder properly as I pulled through with external rotation, causing a muscle strain. Focus on what you're doing. Don't do this. Be warned. Fuck, I let my shoulder hitch there, it was bad. Okay, I'm gonna stop the video there. Check my shoulder and then I'll carry on now. Okay, so we're going to be carrying on now with the Nunchucks. The Nunchucks is also a very useful tool to learn coordination, learn sequencing. Again, you can use it weight transference, rotation in the hips, rotation in the spine, moving on a plane of motion in a very controlled fashion. So horizontal plane, vertical plane, oblique planes, and it helps you develop coordination to control your energy and get all the different places of, so there's different ways of generating energy. It's coordination in your muscles, sequencing and timing all your muscles to time into the contraction at the right place in the movement, that their contraction gets added to the total movement. So it's a sequencing issue across muscles and joints. You can use weight transference, moving your center of mass, because even if you come up and down, boom, boom, that's a lot of energy. That's just a gravitational acceleration. So dropping your center of mass is a way that you can accelerate mass, and then you can use that acceleration into the object. Same with a punch. Similar concept. This linear, this again, you want it to be linear, but there's circular components pulling through on this plane to work through. Here you can use the Nunchucks. I would recommend probably using rubber. This is wood. You don't want to hit yourself with this, you'll hurt yourself. Okay, but you want to be able to pull through, keep open, and complete the motion. So and you can hear that there's a lot of acceleration. So you don't have the disc that you have to go fetch the whole time. You can bang out 50, 100 repetitions with this and train the muscles to explode. It's very similar to the staff, a little bit different. You get more of a whip feeling with this. Okay, so I'm going to play with trying to do the hop. So they do a step, pull through, switch. One. 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 Okay, so again, my form's not going to be 100% for throwing a disc, a golf disc, but you can just develop basic coordination for your pull through. Just going from side to side. You can do this as a warm-up before you play. It'll be great for warming up your wrist, elbow, shoulders. You can move it into your hips and your spine, and it'll set you up for a good game. Less likely to strain any of your muscles or ligaments or have any injuries like that. You'll perform better, and it'll help get your nervous system primed for your brain to be able to connect to the motor units that are in your nerve fibers to help you execute your vision of what you're trying to do.
helps you can embody your nervous system, helps you connect with your body more. So yeah, you can just do a weight transfer from side to side, pull through. Make sure you don't tuck too soon because you will hit yourself. Don't tuck the arm too soon with the elbow. If you pull and you tuck, you're going to hit yourself. So pull and keep open. Rotate back and stretch out so that you don't hit yourself. Don't want to hit yourself. Practice slowly. Get used to the movements. You might find the first 2-3 sessions you don't do it explosively at all. Learn the movements first. Pull through, switch, pull through, switch, pull, 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 pull. And you can add the step. Okay, so there's a couple tips using the staff and the nunchucks to help you train the biomechanics to get a more explosive pull through. It'll be more evident. You'll hear it in the sound of the object, the whip, the staff, or the nunchucks. You'll hear the. If you get a good swing, you can train multiple repetitions without having to fetch discs. So there's some value in that. Hope that helps you. Hope that answers your questions. Feel free to shoot me some more. I'll get to them when I have time. And yeah, go well, do well, man. I'll throw in a little bit of footage of some of the pros that you sent me. Do a basic analysis on the weight transference, positioning, joint range of motion, explosiveness, all that stuff.